My son is very sweet, very helpful. Everybody that knows him loves him. And he was becoming very violent. He was not doing good in his grades. He's good academically. His grades began to drop. And so I decided that, after God placed it on my heart, I started my organization called the No Bullying Coalition. And pretty much the No Bullying Coalition just believes that the parents need to be involved in everyday kid activity, everyday kids' lives. We need to empower our children before they leave to go outside. I also believe that if you do that, it's a little bit harder for somebody to go into a school and talk bad about your kid and your kid be badly affected by it. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. I go hard at the parents because I feel like we are missing the mark. I feel like we are failing our own children. And then we turn our nose up to who raising them and all this stuff, right? And I really feel like we need to grab our kids again. We need to cover our kids again. And our kids don't feel empowered. They don't feel like they have a voice. And this book gives them a voice. This is 3 short stories, and it pretty much is just different examples and scenarios about 3 different children who experience bullying. Some in the household, some in the schoolyard. Because we hear bullying and we automatically think playground bullying, right? Mm-hmm. We think, oh, they pushed me down. Oh, they tripped me in the cafeteria. But I hit on the things about bullying that happen in the household. A lot of the times we don't know kids come from a home where they have a drinking parent or their parent is experiencing abuse. Then they go to school and they feel powerless in that situation. So now they come to school and they label somebody, they pick somebody out of the crowd and say, you know what, this is going to make me feel like I have power again. So I'm going to make your life a living hell. It really isn't that my life is a living hell. Because you don't know what I go through when I go home. See, that was my life. Everybody thought, oh yeah, you got all your brothers and sisters, you got your mom, your stepmom and your dad and everything like that. But people didn't know when I went behind closed doors, it was a living hell. So we talked about, I just heard a lot here today that really was just a mirroring image of me and what I've been through, and why I decided that for me, drinking was my friend. You know what I mean? It started with the bullying. My dad would tell me, he wouldn't hug me, he wouldn't tell me he loved me. I'd be running home because I got good grades, and he'd be like, that's what you're supposed to do. Nothing. He got excited about nothing about me. He gets excited about me today. He brags on me today. You know what I mean? And God has, changed that relationship because that is something that I prayed for. I prayed for him to change me, which changed our relationship. I began to be the example of what, what God wanted me to be. I began to walk in my purpose. He empowered me, and so I have been able to empower people in my circle. And change the relationships and the dynamics in my circle. Because like somebody said here, it's all about the healing within first. I had to believe that I was decent. I had to believe that I was worth more than going out there getting drunk until I couldn't walk straight. I have never had a legal drink. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. Like, I was full-fledged alcoholic, talking about going to school. I had a full ride to Penn State and couldn't finish because of the pain. Jesus. I am just coming out of the pain at 29 years old with 2 children and a divorce. I'm just standing here today, and I can say within the past 3 years, I know who I am. And so, really just my mission is whatever I do, whether it's through writing, as Levon said, I do have a business where I teach technology to the senior population, because I believe that I can affect anybody's life. If you're a person and you walk in, I can empower you. Whether it's through technology, whether it's through my bullying organization, whether it's through my writing, or whether it's just through the fact that I'm a child of God and you're a child of God. And I really believe that I have turned my pain into power, and I walk around with that. That's why if I walk into an event of his and something ain't right, he knows I'm running out to the store. What you need me to do? Because we in this together.
True.
We talked about titles on here. I went live one time talking about people walking around talking about what they are, who they are, how much money they make, you know, what shows they've been on. I said, but what lives have you infected? I don't listen. I don't even know how I'm standing here. God, right? I tell people all the time. I really should be like the things that I've done. He should have took me out. Somebody should have took me out a long time ago. The drinking should have took me out. And so I'm just blessed to be here. I'm just blessed to be a part of this. I'm going to tell you, the enemy was busy this week. So busy that I thought about 3 times not coming. I even started talking. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. You know, I was even back and forth with Levon a couple of times. Like, how many people RSVP? Like, that's how bad the enemy was. And then I woke up this morning like, no, bump all of that.
Yes, thank you.
And now I see why. Because I've been empowered today. It's not really much that I need to say. Because I needed to be in the room today.
That's right.
Everything else will work itself out. You know what I mean? And so that's what it's about. That's what I promote. And I'm super, super excited. I'm super. I just say thank you to each and every one of you for getting up here and sharing your story and being transparent and being open and being honest and just sharing your truth, because I know how hard that is. I remember not being able to look at myself in the mirror. I remember that. I remember wanting to be everybody else but who I was. I remember looking at that family and saying, dang, I wish my family was like that. I remember the 5 attempts to suicide because I just did not want to be here. I just did not want to feel. And today I can look at each and every, I used to not be able to look at people in the eyes because I didn't like who I was. I didn't like who I was. I didn't like what I saw. I wasn't going to be like my mother. I wasn't going to be like my father. I had a lot of pressure on me at a young age. I had to be older way before I should have had to be. And so I sit here today really as a testimony to say, like, you really can turn your pain into power. That you are not your past. You are not your past. I am so much more than that. I am so much more than an alcoholic. I am so much more than a rape victim. I'm so much more than a man putting his hands on me. And I know I'm healed today because when I listen to you talk about how we tear our men down, I have 2 young boys and I speak life into them. Yes. I speak life into their fathers. We're not even together. We've been through so much, and I know he has transformed me because when I could get on the phone with a man that used to put his hands on me and empower him.
That's how I said, look, I fucked there.
When I can come from a place of love and not hate, that ain't me. That gotta be something bigger than that.
Yeah, that's right.
Cause me, I want to blow his brains out. But I know that the calling on my life, the mission on my life is bigger than any car accident. You talking about cars? He humbled me. I was driving a brand new Volkswagen and I'm back into something that I'm like, what the?
Girl, listen, Range Rover, paid for born. You hear me?
I'm like, Lord, what you done put me back into?
You know
it's like, those are things. Those are things. When you look at that car, I should have not walked away.
Yeah. Say that.
And we get so wrapped up on things. It's really about the message.
Right.
I don't care how many books I don't care if I don't never hit number 1. But if I have helped somebody or empowered a child to say, listen, you are bigger than what that person said about you.
Yes, that's it.
You are a child of God.
A nation of people.
I tell them all the time, I'll come up to the school, point them out. And a lot of the times the bully be corny.
Right.
I'm like,
Right. How about that?
I'm like, no. Most of Right.